Yo, what up? It's B-Cide. So, I saw these comments recently from AOC going around where she was basically saying that you can't earn $1 million, that billionaires don't really earn their money. And honestly, that really bothered me. Now, not because I'm sitting here defending every billionaire on earth, not because I'm trying to turn this into some political thing. I'm not trying to do that, and not because I think the system is perfect either. It bothered me because I've spent over 20 years trying to build something out of nothing. We got music, merch, brands, content, ownership, everything. And, when you hear somebody say that there should basically be a ceiling on success, that just really feels wrong to me. Because what are we telling people at that point? What are we telling kids that want to become entrepreneurs? What are we telling artists? What are we telling inventors? What are we telling creators? Dream big, but not too big. Work hard, but not too hard. Become successful, but don't become too successful, or now your success is really looking suspicious. You know, I just don't agree with that mindset. And now listen, are there corrupt people? Of course there are corrupt people. There are corrupt there's corrupt rich people, of course. But there's corrupt poor people too. There's corrupt middle class people. There's corrupt politicians. There's corrupt corporations. There's corrupt human beings. That's humanity. But I don't think wealth in itself automatically makes somebody evil. And I also don't think that people forget that massive. I also think. Sorry, I'm reading this because I want to make sure it's right. All right. So I also think people should forget. I also think people forget that massive success usually comes from creating something at scale. Okay? So, like artists, companies, technology, entertainment, brands, products, ideas. If millions of people voluntarily support what you create over decades, why is it suddenly immoral if you become massively successful from it? That's the part that I'm really not understanding. And the other thing that bothers me is when people talk about taxes and act like wealthy people invented the tax codes themselves. That's literally why accountants exist. Everybody tries to maximize deductions and legally pay less in taxes. Middle class people do it, businesses do it, and everybody does it. Now, if people think the tax code's unfair, okay, that's a fair point, and that's a conversation that we should all have. We need to change the laws, change the system, but don't act like somebody's automatically evil for legally operating within the rules that the government created. And honestly, the bigger issue to me is psychological. I think it's dangerous when society starts teaching people that there's a ceiling on what they're allowed to become. Because I don't want people thinking smaller. I really want people thinking bigger, you know, especially now. We need more creators. We need more entrepreneurs, more innovators, more people building things, more people taking risks, more people creating opportunities for themselves and others. And, maybe I look at life differently because of everything I've gone through. MS, the music grind, the ups and downs, the algorithms, the struggle of trying to build something independently for decades, but I still believe people should be encouraged to build the biggest dream they possibly can. You know, not told that there's a moral cap on success. You know, there should be no ceiling to it. But that's just my perspective. You know, you can sound off in the comments and let me know. But I just don't think there should be a ceiling to success. I think we should be able to dream and go as far as we possibly can. And, you know, that's the way it is. Stay strong, stay wicked. Like, subscribe, comment. It's B-Cide. Peace out.